Okay, welcome back everyone to Project Planet. Last time I got through and played a handful of the different options. I played as Earth and Media and Industry. This time I'm going to come through and play the other three, World Leaders, Scientists, and Public, just to kind of get a feel for how each of them plays. And then hopefully at some point in the near future I'll maybe get to game with some friends and we'll get a whole bunch of non-AI players in here. This should be a nice primer on each of these different roles that you can have. So I'm just gonna go around the ring. I started with Earth, Media, Industry. I'm gonna do World Leaders, then Scientists, then Public. The tutorial video is the main tutorial video for the whole game, as I understand it, not specific to any player. So I'm just gonna fire it up and see how it goes. For single player games, playing Planet Earth is recommended. Are you sure you want to start the game? Yep. Just trying to get a feel for how each of these classes play, and hopefully this will be useful for other people. Pending disaster, it's a hurricane. So media is going to decide whether to report factually, sensationally, or to downplay.
Time for the weather report, full of sunshine and rainbows. The Atlantic hurricane season is off to a slow start with only a few tropical depressions and low-category hurricanes to report. Scientists say the potential for an intense hurricane to form is very low, and beachgoers should focus more on their tan lines.
So they're downplaying. So they took a bite out of scientists to their own benefit. Scientists made an important discovery. Media report incoming.
Scientists expect no disturbance from tropical depression.
My turn. The scientists informed us that there is nothing to fear from the growing storm in the Atlantic. Do we take their word on this, or is there something we can do to prepare should the storm worsen? Should the storm grow? So preemptive education, effects unknown. Media can be brought in to establish a news story on the topic, and a small bribe will ensure they take our side, effects unknown. Scientists might have underestimated the danger posed by the storm. We will send them back to work to research the storm's development even more. Yeah. I'm gonna do this one. We know, because we're playing this game, that the hurricane is quite real. Not going to use any of the cooperative or hostile powers just yet. We don't know who our friends and allies are going to be. So right now, it's just us versus Earth. Or more specifically, us versus the disaster. Trying to save the population. My turn. Scientists let us know the start might be a little worse than they expected, but not by much. Should we take their word on this, or is there something we can do to prepare should the storm worsen? I'm gonna do preemptive evacuation. Crisis time. It's a fairly big one. Yeah, I'm gonna overpay. Oof. Good thing I did. Industry. Put in even more than I did. Way to go, industry. So far, scientists and media are being a little bit greedy. So is industry now. Public is cobbling together a defense against the storm before it hits. Against the world's advice, the public is not sufficiently preparing themselves for the oncoming storm. Should we step in and help protect them? Pay for preparations. Helps public, hurts us, helps population, save for relief. I'm gonna be a little bit greedy myself and save for relief. We did pretty good by matching the crisis. ED had the positive impact on my power. No one had a negative impact. Okay, I'll remember that, media. So Earth is recovering some power points. All in all, not a bad first stage. We saved both of our powers. Now, using them in some cases is the best way to get more, so we'll probably use one or both of them in this stage. We'll see. Depends if anybody's really taking a back seat or a front seat.
public moves inland to avoid hurricane.
Power outages from the hurricane are leaving huge parts of the US without electricity, even as citizens in coastal cities flee inland by car and on foot. How can we handle the situation? Rescue citizens, allow exodus, or research blackout causes. I'm gonna research blackout causes. Scientists have approached us asking for an update on the hurricane crisis. They are busy working to fix the blackout. We could direct them to ensure a certain area gets power first, but what should be their priority? Hospitals, mainland power, or rescue operations? Let's say mainland power. Nice. Smaller crisis. I'm gonna do my part and just a little bit more. Oof. Media contributed the least. With the power turned back on, we are flooded with calls and emails from public stuck indoors asking for help. We simply do not have enough aid workers and hospitals are crowded as it is. How should we respond? Call in outside help? Gather the public? Steady as she goes. I'm gonna gather the public. I think taking small hits ourselves for the better of the population is a good way to stay out of the limelight and being too greedy. We also made friends a little bit with the public. Yeah, and now industry's being kind of a jerk. I think I will use probably... Public had the most negative impact on my power. No one had the most positive impact on my power. So, hit the population hard on this stage. So I got my positive power. I think I have 2 positive powers now. These numbers are not too bad under the circumstances. So far, we're doing a decent job of winning the battle with the hurricane, I think. I don't want to get complacent. I also don't know if they've got a huge backlog of PowerPoints or if they're like spending aggressively. It's hard to tell, at least at this stage in my understanding of the game.
Devastating news from the United States. Population centers across Florida, Louisiana, and Texas have been torn apart by Hurricane Sebastian, the deadliest hurricane in human history. Floodwater is filling the damaged cities. Bodies are floating around the streets as survivors brace for the worsening situation.
Millions of bodies floating in the streets. I'm gonna say sensationalist, which is usually their way of raising their stock. My turn. The city's flooding. Many citizens are completely trapped inside their damaged homes. Some are even turning to looting. How can we gain control of the situation? Use police force, ask industry for help, or research flooding solutions. So far, science has been kind of a bro. I think we want to I'm gonna go with scientists again. And I'm gonna use a cooperative power with public. Preferably something that will help population. Yeah.
Thousands dead as valuable time is wasted.
The media kind of going for our jugular there a bit, which is fair. I think we took a bite out of them last stage for not contributing enough to the crisis. Nice. So our team up with science has been pretty fruitful so far. Yeah, I'm still gonna do my slightly above average thing. Nice. Could have got away with one stage down. I'm glad everybody's doing their part. Industry being the good guy there. As part of the efforts to end the flooding, scientists have requested our help. They want to dig ditches to drain flood water out of our cities into nearby farmland and need extra labor. Should we assist them? Yeah. I don't know who I'm gonna be. I'm gonna save that last cooperative power for next turn, probably. The industry's reached out promising to pay for efforts to pump floodwater out of our cities. As pumping gets underway, what should we focus on? Pump out commercial core or pump out suburbs? Well, I don't want to help industry. They're currently in the lead, so we're gonna pump out suburbs. I'm gonna cooperate with scientists again. In an effort to help population. With more of the public feeling safe, they've asked if they can assist with cleaning efforts. Can we find a way for them to safely help out? No immediate effect for any of those. Let's accept public volunteers. Very even game in this phase. We do not have the time to wait to see if others will help us. Rescue efforts need to commence immediately. What is our plan of attack? Aerial reconnaissance, water rescue, wait for distress calls. I'm gonna wait for distress calls. We've done a lot to help population. Sacrifice a little bit for our benefit. I'm trying to actually maybe win this time because it seems plausible. Plan is in okay shape and very even scores. Media had negative impact on my score. Flooding stage ended. Hurricane has become more severe. Oof. Well, I got a negative PowerPoint, but I'm also going to be the focus of some ire for that, probably. Ecosystems and pollution stayed fairly stable. Okay, can't throw all caution to the wind, but we've got a bit of a buffer on population. One hostile power, which we'll basically use probably as late as possible to snipe at whoever's ahead of us. Right now it's scientists.
Industry puts popularity above common sense.
Resurrecting the ruined cities. Finally, we're able to rebuild after the hurricane. The industry has put themselves at our disposal. How can we accomplish... And how we can accomplish much through this cooperation. How do we proceed? Let's repair homes and utilities. It seems like a pro-industry play. They're the ones in the lowest risk of being a threat at this point. In last place. Crisis. We've got to match this. Like... Can't afford to fail. I put in a lot and it was necessary. Got a beneficial thing. Cooperative power, I should say. So I probably need to take a bite out of public and help one of the other ones, whoever's hurting. Attack public, raise income tax. I'm gonna self-interest. We're getting right in the last stage of the game. We're making a big push. Oh, I had an unspent point, but I think I won the game. Unless this step ends up killing us. Wasn't pretty, but we lived, and I won. Not taking that as like a huge badge of honor against AI, but it shows that it's possible, and it's the first time I did it. So that's sweet. World leaders getting the job done. Sweet. Alright, so we just have scientists in public left. Let's try it as scientists. Just jump right back into it. I haven't exactly figured out how long each stage lasts, like how many turns there are or whatever. Having an unspent power there at the end, certainly not ideal. I don't think you get anything for holding on to them as far as I know. But okay, Locust Plague, Outbreak. I also don't know how to deal with specific disasters better than the other or whatever, if that's even a thing. Maybe as I play more, figure out if there's certain strategies or certain phases where it's more important to invest. I'm gonna use a cooperative power like right away, maybe. With industry.
Moses' 8th plague returns. Swarms of locusts may soon be covering the globe, devastating crops wherever they fly. Dangerously high levels of precipitation in otherwise dry regions of Eastern Africa might cause the local locust populations to multiply exponentially. Scientists are warning civilians to prepare for extreme famines.
Heavy storms in usually dry desert areas have sparked concerns about locust swarms growing out of control. Locust plague would be devastating. With early warning systems and preventive control strategies, we could nip the problem in the bud. How should we deploy our resources? Establish monitoring stations. Request research funding for new control measures. Boots on the ground. Let's request research funding for new control measures. No immediate effect. Okay, so media helped, industry helped. Crisis time. It's a big one. I'm gonna overspend a bit. Nice. Can I probably get a PowerPoint for that? Fingers crossed. Yeah. Being a team player. Just the industry is funding our research. How many of our own resources will we commit to researching new locust population control measures? Pour in funding. Moderate budget. Stay frugal. We just did the big spend. We're gonna do moderate budget. Success chance 25%. New control measures can target locusts at different stages of their life cycle. What should we focus on targeting with the new measures? Isolated locusts, egg pods, hopper bands. Let's go with egg pods. Success chance 63%. Our new control measures are almost ready to send out into the world. Who should we sell the technology to? To industry? To world leaders? Or open source? Let's open source the technology. We're successful at 88%. I'm okay with that. We did our job. We're in a position of like perceived weakness. The planet is thriving. Media giving us a little boost. Media had a positive impact on our score. Thanks, media. Earth reclaiming their time. Nice. too bad. So having had a pretty good run at the first stage, granted, Earth may have banked a bunch of PowerPoints, I don't know. We could theoretically be a bit more greedy with the population in the later stages. Especially if it's in a way that will enhance our long game with a short-term loss. Something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what options I have as scientist. Natural gas reserves are depleted, forcing men to use high pollution alternatives like coal.
World leaders take necessary step to defeat locust pests.
This is a positive spin between media and world leaders. I'm going to... Ooh. Public's turn. Public is on board with pesticide spraying so long as it continues to save their crops. Crisis time. It's a lower stakes crisis. I'm gonna do my part. Don't need to get greedy. Minor overspend, but this is a net positive for humanity for sure. Good job, industry. Alright, I think I want to cooperate with media, try and boost us both up a little bit, if possible. I'm running out of opportunities to spend my powers here. Nothing popping up. Here we go. Cooperate. Media. Let's do good for both of us. The locusts are becoming an increasing problem, but nobody has asked for our expertise. Should we try to develop ecological pesticides that only harm desert locusts and do not damage surrounding ecosystem on our own? Fungus-based pesticides, natural predators, skip research. Yeah, we'll take a little hit to minimize pollution. New fungus-based targeted microbial biopesticides are very effective at killing established locust swarms. Should we put them into production and begin distribution? Commit. Conserve. Let's commit. Research successful. So, okay, distribute. Sell to world leaders, helps us a little. Sell to industry, helps us a little bit more. Make freely available, helps public, and improves population and pollution. Yeah. Let's save the planet. Theoretically banking a lot of goodwill. No positive or negative impact on our score. Population is still thriving. But Earth must be like banking a ton of points right now, is all I can think. Probably gonna get a bit greedier towards the end of this stage, and then especially in the end stage, because we have a lot of population to play with here.
Great
Ouch.
news from Eastern Africa. Global efforts to combat the locust swarms have proven highly effective. Pest control efforts have already cleared entire communities of locusts, to the relief of farmers who are excited to return to work. It could just be a matter of weeks before the worst swarms are exterminated and global food security is restored.
Somebody hit us pretty hard. It's not clear who. I'm gonna cooperate with media. We both need a big boost here.
Profits
Media's
above
going
minimum
after
line.
industry. Crisis. I'm gonna underspend this time. We've got some buffer, and I feel like world leaders, public, and industry should be carrying here. Yeah, a bunch of people underspent. So me, world leaders and public and me all slacked. So at least there's some distributed blame. And I have the best excuse. Operative and hostile. Cooperate with industry. Self-interest. Okay, very even game here. With fair population buffer, our ecosystems are kind of rough shape. It's actually the worst that I've seen them in any of these playthroughs. I don't know if it's bad enough. As the locust plague spirals out of control, nobody has asked for our expertise. Should we investigate why they failed to do so and expose their negligence? Investigate world leaders, investigate industry, investigate neither. I mean, I know we just helped industry. Yeah, I'm gonna go after world leaders. Besides the decision makers, more parties failed to ask us for help to handle the plague. Should we investigate them to expose more failings? Investigate public or media or neither? I'm not gonna go after either of them. Neither. Media had the most negative impact on my power. No one had positive impact. Huge pollution. So public did more for the planet. Alright, last stage. Famine stage. I think we've just got one hostile point left currently, with an opportunity to snag another one in a crisis, maybe. So far, looking like we'll want to use the hostile power on industry, but push it a little while and see. Anyone could still make a play for it. Public turn, media turn.
Disease outbreak complicates immigration.
World leaders want us to plan a strategy to handle refugees in their home countries and educate healthy refugees before they immigrate. How can we accomplish this? Standard camps, overhaul camps, education camps. Standard camps. We're not focusing on planning new camps. We have more time to plan our education efforts. How should we approach educating refugees slotted for immigration? Basic education? Industry crash courses, specialized training. Basic. Unsuccessful. Alright, I think we gotta go after industry. This probably ends soon. I wonder if I was too late. Crisis. Spending none. This is a last minute thing. I don't think even if we fail the crisis that we die. We passed anyway. Self-interest. Very, very close. Industry just took a late stage lead. Locust plague is decimated every region it touched. Many of these now suffer from a fear of extensive ecological problems. Who is responsible? Investigate industry. I think they're just ever so slightly ahead. They have the gold icon here. So, ooh, thank you, media. And a bit of Kingmaker there, I think. Media had a positive impact. Famine stage ended. As long as we don't lose 1.8 billion people. Reduced all stage results. That seems ill-advised in the cleanup phase of the disaster. I think we brought it home. Mm-hmm. We did it again. One is scientists. Look at that. Biggest team player, biggest environmentalist, and we won. So it's not just about greed. I did a lot of cooperative powers early, which gave us more cooperative powers, and then didn't really go negative until the very end against the person who was in the lead. So we've done every role now except for public. The public determines the actions of the regular citizen. They can start a protest, petition, or boycott to force others to action. Let's do it, and then we'll have done the whole cycle, every role. So we're doing influenza. So as I understand it, influenza is the most powerful of the three currently available disasters, but they have fewer power points to spend. Costs 50 just to start it up, which only leaves 50 to spend. Not exactly sure how to react to that. This looks like they started on world leaders because they're set back a little bit from the start.
We bring you an urgent public health story. A lethal, novel influenza virus is ravaging a small town in the United States, with many patients relegated to triage care as hospitals are unable to keep up. When asked, experts say the virus has undoubtedly spread further than the town by now, and state the world should brace for what could become the deadliest global pandemic of all time.
So media went greedy by sensationalizing. I want to cooperate with world leaders to the benefit of population.
Swift action by world leaders may have saved millions of lives.
Lockdown takes away many of the people's freedoms and activities. Unable to leave their home, many can no longer carry out their jobs and are at risk of unemployment. Do we accept lockdown? We do an online protest or mass protest? I think we do an online protest. Crisis. Hitting us with a medium one. I'm gonna do my part. Oof. Who's the greedy? World leaders and media. Not cool, guys. Scientists also probably took a bit of a backseat there given their score. Support from industry. That's cool. I was thinking about teaming up with them a bit as well. World leaders decide to maintain the global lockdown. Do I want to use this hostile point? No, I think I'm going to hold on to it. I don't like making enemies early if I can help it. And it's a nice late game swing. Industry refused scientists. Kind of fair. Scientists are in the lead. Didn't get it done. You do have to remember to beat the virus, though, folks. No global lockdown for the second wave. Yeah, we might lose to the virus this time. We're not careful. Yep. Humanity a bit too antagonistic in the early stages, I think, with one another. World leaders are recommending we wear face masks in public transport. Should we listen to this advice after they wanted to keep the economy open at all costs? Yes, we will wear face masks. Both a good idea in general, because it doesn't cost you anything. It costs you the cost of a mask, which is negligible. Industry had positive impact on our score. World leaders had negative impact on our power. Mortality rate has become worse. Extreme population loss. So they spent a bunch of points on that, I think. But we are hurting in the earliest phase. We got a cooperation point. Definitely going to use that early to try and stabilize population, I think. And hopefully we'll have some more opportunities to do the same. Cooperate. We'll see. Don't know who I want to cooperate with yet. The news has been completely focused on the pandemic recently. According to scientists, staying home and keeping distance from other people is the best way to combat the virus. Follow guidelines. Follow guidelines loosely. Don't follow guidelines. We're going to follow guidelines. Confirm. This was positive for world leaders, negative for us and media. How is media gonna react to this?
Public puts social distancing responsibility with companies.
So they spun that to make it look like we were coming after business. Our industry. So media being a bit of a dick. Crisis. We gotta beat it. We gotta beat the crisis. I'm going 6. Do not have population to burn. I think we failed. Sons of bitches. Okay, scientists. Not cool. Are y'all gonna die? Yeah. We're screwed, y'all. I'm gonna support media, but it's going to be in a self-interest. No, I can't do self-interested. I'm gonna do cooperative. No, I'm gonna do environmental. We gotta get population back. We're gonna survive this. Yeah, negative impact on my score. Media's a jerk. Amplified all stage results. I am the global punching bag. Cooperate with scientists. Environmental.
A public health update. The pandemic is taking a toll on the economy. Lockdowns and social distancing measures have made business difficult. With profits down, mass layoffs and a recession are possible as scientists continue to work to develop a vaccine. This is pro-industry, negative media.
Multiple companies to mandate unpaid leave.
So, positive spin on an industry decision, I think. Crisis. Small-ish. I'm going to underpay quite a bit. Thank you, humanity. World leaders played even less. No, they paid the most. Okay. Industry enforced a mandatory 2 weeks unpaid leave right for every employee. Sharing the pain may sound noble, but not every employee can make ends meet without 2 weeks of salary. Your burden, divert responsibility, file complaint. Just divert responsibility. Unemployment is skyrocketing, world leaders are doing nothing. Perhaps it's time for a changing of the guard. Vote for opposition. Do nothing. Yeah, we're gonna vote for opposition. We're taking a bite out of world leaders. They were in the lead. Now they're not anymore. And it was a nice little boost for media, who I think did the right thing. Industry is not funding the world leaders' political campaigns. Yeah, knocking world leaders off the high horse a bit. Stop industry subsidies and spending it on healthcare and education. Nice. World leaders had a positive impact on our power. Industry had a most negative impact on our power. Earth has amplified all stage results. Okay. I got a negative or a hostile power there. Means I have 2 going into the last round. We got some work to do to save the planet, but if we do, I'm in a good position to win again, I think, with 2 hostile powers in the 11th hour. If I can use them to hurt other people and help population, that would be great. Scientists are delaying vaccine release in order to further improve the vaccine. Media's turn.
Scientists commencing additional vaccine research. Environmental. Mini just posted an update on vaccine test run by scientists. They tried to downplay the negative test results. How do we feel about this? We don't want to help them. Dislike it. Crisis. Population is so. I think we can handle it. And spending nothing. Whoever comes for me first or makes a run, I'm gonna use my last hostile power against them. Okay, industry didn't do much to us. I think we have the population to survive here. Scientists passed their research. Scientists are back with great news. Vaccine tests have The vaccine is fully safe, apparently. Do we trust the scientists? Take the vaccine, demand more research. I'm gonna take that vaccine. Hostile industry. Self-interest. Large amounts of vaccine people are suffering from heart failure. Who do we blame for the poor quality of these vaccines? World leaders, scientists, or nobody? I'm gonna blame nobody. It's a bummer though. Ooh. Actually, no. Let's blame world leaders. Wish I could have blamed industry. World leaders went after media. Media came after us, which makes sense. It's gonna be a nail biter here. Okay. We're in the lead. As long as the planet doesn't die. It was tight, but we came in, we survived with less than 1 billion people, and we were 3 for 3. So, either got lucky or figured out how to manage the AI a little bit better, or something. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's Project Planet, excuse me. Hopefully this has been educational on how this game works and how to play it. Yeah, pick it up. It seems cool. Obviously gonna be much more fun to play with your friends than with AI, but we got through it as all 6 roles, and I believe with all 3 currently available disasters, and I dig it. Should be pretty cool party game. So I'll see you around, and enjoy playing Project Planet with your friends. See ya. Bye. Wait, don't leave yet. There's still like a little bit of stuff to do. So if you want to watch the rest of the series, it's right here. If you want to watch whatever YouTube thinks you might want to watch, it's here. You want to follow the channel, it's over here. Subscribe. And then if you liked the video, press this one that's down here-ish. It lets me know that you're enjoying it, and it lets YouTube know that you want to watch more like this. So push one or more of these. Thank you. Bye.